Are we live? Welcome guys. Welcome to all the viewers of Amul India. This is Chef Akash from School for European Pastry. A very warm welcome, and today we all are here together to learn my favorite recipe, my favorite cookie, that's brookie. So it's made up of two different products, right? It is a fusion of two different products. One is brownie, which is my favorite, and other one is a cookie. So this recipe is a blend, and the texture of this recipe of the cookie is of course like a brownie. It melts, it's gooey, and it looks like a cookie. It is molded like a cookie, hence it's called a brownie plus cookie, a brookie. Okay, so I hope this is clear. If not, then here's the recipe, and Chef Prathamesh is also putting the recipe on the chat. You can follow that too. So we'll go through the recipe now. So the recipe says I'm using 175 grams of dark chocolate. Okay. After that, I'm using 23 grams of Amul butter, unsalted preferably. If you don't have, you can use salted as well. I'm using 100 grams of brown sugar, 125 grams of refined flour, 2 grams of baking powder. If you don't have a weighing scale, you can just put a pinch of baking powder. And I'm using 90 grams of Amul Gold milk. It is 4.5% of fat, really best for your brookie or any other cookie. And we have 5 grams of vanilla and 50 grams of chopped chocolate, which we'll put on top. Okay, so we start the recipe with sieving, that is using this chhanni at home. You have, I'll sieve the dry ingredients, that is your refined flour, your maida commonly called as, and your baking powder. It is very important guys, whenever you make any baked product, whether it's a cake, sponge, cookie, anything, it's always best you need to sieve your dry ingredients. Why? Because there are dry ingredients, because of the humid climate, the dry ingredients absorbs moisture and also it forms lumps. So it's better you sieve it and then you use it in your recipes. Also, sieving also makes your dry ingredients lighter. So always scale your sieve your flour and baking powder together. Here it goes. So other than the texture, what I really enjoy in this recipe is the flavor of Amul butter. Obviously, who doesn't like, we have grown eating Amul butter, and the chocolate that we use. At SEP, we are using a Swiss chocolate called Veltlin. So we are using a 60% dark chocolate for that, and trust me, with combining these two ingredients, the brookie tastes amazing. So here my dry ingredient is ready. This goes here. So this, I can keep it here. Now I have melted my chocolate. 175 grams of chocolate in the recipe is melted. Okay, make sure you do not overheat, or else your batter will become very liquidy. Okay, and then I have some Amul butter. If you don't have unsalted one, no need to panic guys, you can use salted one too. The salt actually sometimes balances the chocolate as well. Okay, so I'll just microwave it and melt it. By the time it's melting, I'll show you what other ingredients I have here. I have brown sugar. Brown sugar I'm using because brown sugar goes really well with dark chocolate or caramel flavor. So I prefer using brown sugar. If you don't have brown sugar, you can use your normal white sugar. Then I have vanilla essence.
There's a question how to melt chocolate.
How to melt chocolate? Guys, I have used microwave. Like I am melting the butter in microwave. Similarly, you can just, if you have a microwave, you can straight go inside. And if you don't have a microwave, no need to panic. My butter is also done. See, microwave is very quick. If you don't have a microwave, of course, so what you can do is you can use a double boiler technique. It is also called as Bain-Marie technique or a double boiler, commonly called as. You can just put a pan, a smaller pan or smaller bowl with water on the flame, and you can put this bigger bowl on top and put chocolate and melt it. But of course, you need to take care of two things. First is you do not overheat the chocolate too much, or else your pure chocolate will seize. Okay, seize means it will solidify. It will not be very liquidy. It will kind of coagulate. Okay, and the other thing that you need to take care is water. If I use a double boiler, there are chances that water can go inside my chocolate and can spoil my chocolate. Okay, so my chocolate is ready. I take this melted Amul butter.
Tell them the ingredients I am posting and repeating it also once.
Chef Prathamesh Lele. Guys, you can follow Chef Prathamesh Lele on the chat. He is posting all the ingredients, all the recipe card on the comment section. So that is the same amount that we are using and making it here. Okay. So I've just blended in everything together, the butter and the chocolate. Okay. Then other than that, I have some chopped chocolate which will go later. I have milk which is at room temperature. If your milk is cold, then you can slightly keep the chocolate warm. Okay. So now what I'll do is we'll start mixing. Okay, we'll start making the dough. So guys, few minutes back, I just sieved the flour and baking powder. Now I'm adding my brown sugar in there and I'm mixing it. Make sure your sugar is also not very lumpy. Obviously you cannot sieve the sugar, but with the whisk, if you have a machine, you can use a paddle attachment, or maybe if you are making with a hand, you can use a whisk and break all the lumps. Guys, if you don't break the lumps, what happens if when you make the dough ball, that is if you make the cookie and you bake it, what happens that sugar will melt and your cookie will become really flat. Okay. Once the dry ingredients is mixed together, I'll put my melted fat, that is my melted chocolate and melted Amul butter. Cookie is something that I think from kid to a professional, everyone enjoys making it and having it. Even in our 6 months diploma, students here, we have a pastry school located in Andheri, Mumbai. So we offer 2 courses, 6 months and 6 weeks. And in both the courses, students start with making a cookie, a very basic vanilla cookie, and then they slowly go to advanced pastry. And also a 6-week course that is egg free. So slowly you see that my dry ingredients is coming together. Now I will use some spatula to fold it. in hotels, or if you're working in a restaurant, or you're taking a party order, you can use a machine, guys. It is little difficult to make this recipe with hand if it's in a bigger quantity. For a small recipe, this single recipe is possible with hand. Okay, you see the dough has started coming together. Now the final thing is vanilla and some milk. So since I'm using a mechanical thing, I'm doing it with the hand to be really in simple words, so that's why I'm adding milk in parts. As I told you, make sure your milk is at room temperature. If not, then you can keep your chocolate little warm and then use that same milk. Okay, now the other part of milk goes in. Okay, now since the dough has started coming together, I'll use a spatula to mix it. Okay, sometimes what happens when, see guys, slowly and slowly I'm incorporating the milk. So sometimes what happens, I heat my, in beginners, for most of the time I've seen that beginners face this problem that they overheat the chocolate. So what happens that time, the dough becomes like a batter. It is very runny. So if you are facing that same problem, so what you can do, you don't need to panic. Just put the dough in an airtight container and keep it in the chiller, that is a refrigerator, for at least 15 to 20 minutes till your dough comes together, till your butter and chocolate set. And once your dough is ready, you can just make dough balls.
There is a question, can we use hand blender?
Yes, of course you can use hand blender, guys. But for smaller recipes, you cannot make big recipes with hand blender. Hand blender has its own limitations. See guys, this is almost ready. So once I mix it, it will become like a dough, and then after that I have to make dough balls out of this. Okay. So at SEP, we have a standardized weight that we keep each cookie to. Now this is little bit softer. So what I would do is I would ask my friend to keep this in chiller, and I would show you that something is already ready for you guys. So we already have some cookies hand rolled for you guys, only for you guys. Okay, so here are some dough balls made out of that same dough, and we have just dabbed it into this chopped chocolate. I hope you guys can see this. And then we have slightly flattened it and kept it inside the refrigerator. I am using a cling wrap to cover it. If you don't have a cling wrap, then of course you can use a airtight container. Once this stage is done, you chill your cookie dough or your dough balls for at least 1 hour, so that everything sets, and when you bake it, your cookie doesn't flatten out, because most of the time there's a complaint that this cookie flattens, or most of my students say this. So okay guys, is there any question?
They want to see the dough.
Okay guys, someone asked you, there was a question that you guys want to see the dough. See, slowly and slowly dough will start setting. Okay, so this dough, ideally we chill it for 15-20 minutes, and then we make small dough balls. These are 20 gram dough balls. If you want, you can make 30 grams too, and then just before putting on a baking sheet, just dab it on the chocolate and keep it, and slightly flatten it. Do not flatten it too much, because this cookie has a spread. Okay, it is high in fat. There's chocolate, there's butter. Okay, that's why just slightly flatten it and chill it for at least 1 hour. And after that, once it's cold, when it's chilled, see, it is not too hard, it is still, I can press it, and but it's holding shape when I handle it. So once it's ready, you can also store this in your freezer at least for 6 months, guys. This dough ball you can store, but make sure you store it in a airtight container. Okay, so if you have a production line, so it's a very nice idea. Make dough balls and then store it in the freezer, and when you want, maybe you can thaw it and then bake it. And
chiller 2 weeks and baked 7 days.
yes, so in chiller, right? So chef there was a question that what is the shelf life? So chef has already answered the question, saying that if I am keeping this dough ball in fridge, your normal ghar ka fridge, then 2 weeks maximum, because there's butter, there's chocolate and there's milk. And if I am baking this, then the shelf life obviously reduces to 6 to 7 days. Okay, now this goes for baking at 160 degrees for about 8 to 9 minutes. It can take little 10 minutes, 1 minute more in your oven too, because if you're using a smaller oven. But in my oven it takes around 160 degrees and takes about time 8 to 9 minutes. So once this is baked, we already have some for you guys. That. Look at this, guys. See, as I told you, the cookie will have a spread, but since I chill it for at least for an hour, so the cookie has not lost the shape. It is soft, it is gooey, and when I break it, see, the chocolate is also melted and the texture is like a brownie. So I hope you guys please try this recipe. It's one of my favorite. It's very soft, very gooey, and as I told you, I'm using this same recipe, and there are few steps that you need to follow, which I have already mentioned. You can go back in the video and check it. And there was a request to repeat the recipe. So recipe is 175 grams of melted chocolate, 23 grams of butter, Amul butter of course, 100 grams of brown sugar, 125 grams of refined flour, that is your maida, then 2 grams of pinch of baking powder, 90 grams of Amul gold milk, 5 grams of vanilla essence, and 50 grams of chopped chocolate. So I hope you guys make this cookie and tag Amul, tag us, School for European Pastry, SEP. And for more details, you can also visit our website, that is scp.in.net. Okay guys, so that's it. This is Chef Akash signing out. Thank you.